This is the time of year that mistakes happen. You see, early in the year, you said that you needed to lose weight and wanted to lose a certain amount by summer. Summer was nice and warm, and you were more active outside, getting more vitamin D from the sun and feeling good. This helped you to keep your momentum going with eating healthy. Now we're hitting the fall. In some places, the weather is starting to cool off a little. The days are getting noticeably shorter in terms of daylight, and some big holidays are looming. There may be other reasons as well, but for whatever reason, this is the time of year that a large amount of people start to slip on their diets. Comfort food and snacking starts to settle in, and before you know it, you are completely off the bandwagon. But let's not let this happen this time. Let's stay strong so that when we get to early 2024, we are talking about continuing the momentum instead of starting over again. In this video, I'm going to go over some ways that you can keep yourself accountable and stay on the bandwagon. Accountability is important. One thing that has helped me a lot over the last year is having an accountability partner. In my case, this is someone I knew online from Facebook group that in the past I was using to try and lose weight, and so was this person. I did lose weight, but I quickly gained that weight back. And I know that this person struggled a little bit as well in with that particular diet. So when I started doing the carnivore diet, we had kept in touch and we decided to keep each other accountable. And we did so for nearly every day for several months. For you, this could be a spouse or family member or a good friend, or it could be someone in the carnivore or low carb community that you've gotten to know a little bit. If you belong to one of the Facebook carnivore communities, perhaps there is someone in one of those communities that you could reach out to and be accountability partners with. One of the most important pieces of staying on track is setting clear goals for yourself. Now is a great time to revisit those goals if you already have them set. If you do not have any clear goals for yourself, I would strongly suggest defining clear and realistic dietary goals for yourself. Write these down on paper because when you actually put pen to paper and write out your goals that you're thinking of, your willpower to accomplish those goals becomes much better. Having specific, measurable, and achievable goals will help you to stay on track. So make sure the goals you choose are clear and specific. They are measurable so that you can keep yourself accountable and make sure that they are achievable goals. If your goals are not realistic enough or too long term, you will get discouraged. You need to be able to achieve these goals and you need to feel the sense of accomplishment and be motivated to continue. Let me give you an example of a goal I had. Early in the year, I decided that I wanted to be able to hike all of the trails in the Smoky Mountains for a family vacation that we were going to be doing. Now, this trip was in July, so I had basically 6 months to get myself ready. So, to set the stage, the previous trip, I didn't complete most of the hikes that we did and needed to constantly rest while we were doing those hikes. So, with the goal in mind, I was motivated to continue to eat healthy. I knew that as I lost weight and body fat, that would help me, but I also started walking in the evenings. I was able to measure my progress by taking certain walks with elevated terrain and working on extending the length of those walks. Then when it came time to go to the Smokies, I crushed it. We did more hikes than we typically do, and I completed them all with minimal rest being needed during most of those hikes. This was a great short term goal that kept me motivated. Now, once the goal was completed, I could settle on new goals, or I could extend that one and be able to achieve a better goal the next time that I go to the Smoky Mountains. Another key to staying on track is meal planning and preparation. When you are highly motivated, you can get by without a lot of preparation. But as we hit this time of year, some of that motivation might be slipping, and planning your meals in advance is key. Even if you're only planning a couple of days in advance, that still helps a lot. The first step to meal planning involves how many times you plan to eat each day. If you're on OMAD, just one meal a day, this is pretty straightforward. Have your meal planned out and only eat when you're hungry. If you're planning 2 or 3 meals a day, then you'll need to plan it out in a little bit more detail. Make sure that you have enough food planned for each meal so that you're not snacking or feeling cravings in between meals. Whatever meal you decide, make sure there is enough fat included in the meal, as animal fat is really key to the proper human diet. As humans, we need more fat in our diet than most other animals because of the size of our brains. So make sure the planned meal is not too lean. If the meat is leaner, make sure you have a plan to add some fat to the meal. Now, this is important. If you do not have enough time to cook your meals right before you plan to eat it, then consider pre cooking multiple meals in advance and storing them in the fridge. They can easily be warmed up when you're ready to eat them. Temptation is everywhere. You need to be prepared for food cravings and temptation. Before going to a party, try to find out what kind of food will be at that party. If there are not any great solutions for you, then it is a must to eat before going to that party so you'll be nice and full and you won't be tempted. Otherwise, the temptations and cravings will be hard to ignore. Just as important as following these different steps is to celebrate your milestones. When you complete a goal or hit a milestone for weight loss, clothing sizes, or whatever, celebrate it. Share your milestone celebration with your accountability partner and with friends on social media. It's okay to gloat about yourself for a few minutes and the accomplishments that you've achieved. Remember, though, you are human and mistakes do happen. It's inevitable that there's going to be an occasional slip up or setback, but it's important to overcome that setback quickly. Don't dwell on the slip up. Learn from it and move on. If you eat a candy bar at 4 p.m., for instance, it's okay. And at 4:01 p.m., get right back on track. Do not say, oh, I messed up, so the rest of the day is just going to be a cheat day. No, that mentality is how you fall off the bandwagon. Make sure you double down and keep yourself motivated the rest of the evening, and you'll be stronger for it the next day because of it. Remember these important things to keep yourself on track: clear, concise goals that are measurable and attainable, an accountability partner, meal planning and preparation, avoiding temptation and situations that could be tempting, celebrating your milestones and accomplishing goals, and overcoming setbacks quickly. Share with us in the comments your own accountability tips and stories. If you are still watching this video, then you probably enjoyed it. If that is the case, like the video and share it with your friends and family. And if you are not already subscribed to this channel, then consider doing so for more content on healthy living and diet accountability.